Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the third of our four series segment in reaching out and communicating to the public on the issue of the coronavirus and the decision taken by the Fatwa Committee of the Muslim Judicial Council by consensus to suspend the Jama'ah Salah along with the Jumu'ah Salah. In this segment, we speak about some common misconceptions and sometimes objections that some members of our public have. The thing with this virus is that the ground realities were shifting and changing by the hour, not by the day, literally by the hour. And therefore, we've had almost 3 different positions that we have had to come up with thus far. Why is that so? Because when the ground realities change, the fatwa has to change according to it as well. And our deen has enough latitude within itself to accommodate that. There are times when we look at things that are happening right now and we ask ourselves, don't we have the requisite degree of tawakkul upon Allah Ta'ala? Don't we then trust Allah Ta'ala? Don't we believe that Allah will bring us through this unscathed? This makes us ask some very, very important questions around tawakkul. What is tawakkul? How do we conceive of tawakkul ala Allah? Our reliance that we place upon Allah Ta'ala. What is tawakkul? Does tawakkul mean that we place reliance upon Allah Ta'ala to such an extent that we do not adopt the means that Allah Ta'ala has created for achieving the same purposes? Tawakkul means that in your heart of hearts you believe that Allah is the sole doer of everything that happens. Allah Ta'ala is the only one that allows things to happen. Nothing can happen without the permission of Allah Ta'ala. Nothing can happen without the permission of Allah Ta'ala, but Allah Ta'ala has created a world of cause and effect. And within that world of cause and effect, we have to make use of the causes that Allah Ta'ala has created in order for us to achieve the effects, the desired outcome. When we want to earn a living, we do not simply raise our hands and make dua and say, Allah Ta'ala give me. We go out and we earn that living. We are adopting the means. When we go home to our houses at night, what do? Do we leave our doors open and say that I trust that nothing will happen? Or do we adopt the means and lock the doors? Do we adopt the means and put alarm systems and burglar bars? Many of our brothers are saying in this crisis we should simply rely upon Allah Ta'ala. Well, then why do we not do the same in every other aspect of our lives? It goes further than that. It goes further to the extent that people, some of the advocates of making pure tawakkul ala Allah are actually known to advise individuals to get non-Sharia compliant insurance upon their houses and their cars, and it is said for the sake of darura. It's a necessity. We have to engage in a contract which contains both riba and qimar. There's riba in there, there's gambling in there as well, but what choice do we have? We have to insure our cars, we have to insure our houses. Ulama are known to have given such fatwa to people. Sometimes those very same ulama are telling us in the corona crisis, just rely upon Allah Ta'ala. This brings to mind the incident where Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu was traveling to Sham in the 18th year after the Hijrah. We must understand the Muslims had entered Sham. They were victoriously moving through that particular part of the Roman Empire, winning battle after battle. Yarmouk had been won, so many of the other battles had been won, and then Allah Ta'ala struck them with a plague. The plague of Amwas in the year 18 after the Hijrah. Sayyidina Umar is on his way and he gets news that a plague has broken out in Sham. And he is informed by Sayyidina Abdul Rahman ibn Auf that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, if you hear about a plague and you're on the outside, don't go in. And if you're on the inside, don't come out. He decides to turn around. Sayyidina Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah radiyallahu anhu addresses him and says to him that, أَفِرَارًا مِّن قَدَرِ اللَّهِ يَا أَمِيرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Are you fleeing from what Allah Ta'ala has predestined? And here comes the argument of tawakkul. Shouldn't you just depend upon Allah Ta'ala and say that my death is preordained. If I should die, I will die. I'll just continue. There's nothing that I can avoid in this way. And look at the answer. Look at the answer. Sayyidina Umar turns around. He speaks to him. He says, لَوْ غَيْرُكَ قَالَ هَذَا يَا أَبَا عُبَيْدَةَ. Before giving him the answer, he said, if only someone other than you had said that. If someone other, some recent person who's entered Islam, some junior Sahabi, some Tabi'i or the other had said, but you are Ameen Hadhi al-Ummah, you are the man of trust of this Ummah, you are one of the Ashara Mubashara, if only someone other than you had said this. Because when you say it, it carries weight. And in this I wish to reach out to our seniors in our community, our seniors amongst our ulama. لَوْ غَيْرُكَ قَالَ هَذَا يَا أَبَا عُبَيْدَةَ. If only someone else had made that statement. نَفِرُّ مِنْ قَدَرِ اللَّهِ ila qadarillah. We do not flee from the predestination of Allah. We flee from the predestination of Allah to what Allah Ta'ala has predestined. There's no getting away from what Allah Ta'ala has predestined. But this is how our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has instructed us. He told us, i'qilha wa tawakkal. Do not simply leave your camel on the outside and walk away and say, tawakkaltu ala Allah. Tie your camel and then you make tawakkul. Take the means and then you rely in terms of your iman upon Allah Ta'ala. When you get ill, when you have a heart attack, when you have any kind of illness, you go to the doctor and you adopt the means that has been created. In this case, the means is in front of you. There is a certain system of conduct put out of social distancing, proven to work from the time of Amr ibn al-As and the Sahaba radiallahu anhum in the Ta'un of Amwas up to the present day, where the medical fraternity tells us that we do not have a cure yet. We do not have a cure that can, a vaccine, but we have a social vaccine. The Minister of Health mentioned it. We might not have a vaccine to cure coronavirus infection right now, but we do have a social vaccine. It's a choice of how do we act. A choice to act in which manner? In a manner that brings about social distancing. That's all that is required. For that, for a limited period of time, we Muslims are being asked to suspend things that are certainly very close to our heart, but it is for a limited time. It is for good reasons. It is for understandable reasons. And the moment we win the fight against the spread of corona, things will go back to normal again, inshallah.